Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a treat for you today. If I can find my, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Just a little clearing, take a deep breath. I actually have two Divine Masculine Twin Flame reads for you today. One was from midnight last night and the other one from this morning. I will post the general pick of the first read, so you'll have those cards. So the read in front of you is the second read. Today is May 5th, 2020, and you notice that the 5-5, the 0505 reflects the 2020 exactly when you're talking about block numbers, like on your clock. They reflect each other exactly. And the 5 is the Hierophant. The day adds up to 14, which is also a 5 of the Temperance card. So we have patience, balance, and commitment, really, to your higher self. So perhaps you'll be tested on patience and balance today and committing to your higher self. So the SIRIAN STARSEED deck was cut for the first read at 11:55 last night. And then I finished the read at 12:14 to 15, but it was for today, which is the 5th. And today, by the way, I think is the exact date that the node changes from Cancer to Gemini, and then the South node from Capricorn to Sagittarius. So letting go of the Sagittarius energies, and then now building up the Gemini energies of communication and those Mercury traits. So the 11:55 that the SIRIAN STARSEED deck was cut at, that's Justice and the Ace of Swords, so the Truth. And Justice is truth and balance. And then we finish at 12:14 to 15, which is the 12 of the Hangman. And the 14 and the 15 is the Angel and the Devil energy. So it's like the angel and devil on either shoulder, like an Animal House, right? And kind of hanging in limbo, not knowing which part of yourself to listen to. So the major arcana for this first read were the Lovers, Guidance, Luna or the Moon. Guidance is the Hierophant. Abundance, which is the Empress, and then the Wheel, the Great Wheel in this deck, the SIRIAN STARSEED deck. Before the read, we had Hangman and Reflection, which is the Hermit. And after the read, we had Reason, Karma, and Indigo. So a lot of majors in that first read last night. Reason is the Emperor, so we have the Emperor and the Empress. Karma, which is the Judgment card, and Indigo, which is the Magician card. There were 2 Pentacles, 2 Cups, 1 Wand, and 1 Sword. And the only court card within the main part of the read was the Knight of Pentacles. And the only other court card was before the read, and that was the Knight of Swords, so 2 Knights. So 2 nights from today may be significant for somebody. And where are we? What day is it? Was it Tuesday today? I think so. So maybe Thursday. So we had, as far as the numbers in the code line today, it was all about the 22 in this read from last night, from midnight. And the other numbers that came up, the code line was all about the number 9. There were no numerology cards on the code line from last night. And the other numbers were 22, 11. 22 is the Fool, 11 is Justice, again. 22 by itself came up, so again, the Fool, having an open heart, taking a leap of faith. 45, which is the 5 of Cups, which can be grief, loss, and regret, but also standing at the Y in the road, not letting go of the past, that being stuck there. Then we have the 24 of the Queen of Wands, the 59 of the 5 of Swords, and the 9-10 begin again. 57 of the 3 of Swords, and 79, which for me is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So this first read, the message was regarding the Hermit. Actually, the Hermit, the Guidance, or the Hierophant, and the Indigo, or the Magician, were all in the code line. So, and I was watching a movie last night, and it was so weird because today's 5/5, and it was after midnight, and I literally got a flash of 5x5 in the movie. I forget what it was on exactly. It was just in passing something, but 5x5 came up. So, and then 5 and the 5 ends up to be the 1 in the new beginning. So there's a lot of change, especially with today and all the retrogrades coming up. A lot of change, which will then lead to a new beginning. So the ninth guidance or guide dance, and the IV feminine energy of the indigo and the magician. The 9, which can be the hermit, the collective consciousness, but that energy to the nth degree, so going within to connect with the higher self, the collective consciousness, and the guidance, right? So your dance within you and your guides. And also the thief energy was coming up here regarding feminine karmic energies perhaps, and then the indigo, child of the inner masculine. And also indigo is coming up as the Indy and go, which references racing for me. So car racing, somebody may be betting on the races, or just the Indy is a go. I don't even know what time of year the Indy 500 is, but that could be something for someone as well. So getting right into this first read, we started with the 4 of Pentacles reversed, which is the Divine Masculine's heart, which is very interesting because here in this read, the Divine Masculine's heart is right here. And this was here last night at 12. So the 4 of Pentacles was reversed. So that's the masculine's heart in the Batcave opening up. And below that was the 7 of Cups reversed, the Hangman upright, the King of Swords reversed, and Reflection upright. So letting go after dumping emotional attachments, hanging out, the King of Swords reversed alone. Now the King of Swords is upright in this current read in front of you. So this was last night. And remember that the night reads can pick up a lot of energies of what they're dreaming about because they could be sleeping at the time as well. So happy with self and free to leap away from an offer of love at work to judgment, an announcement, or a wake-up call to dump those emotional attachments and expose all. Or happiness, kids and sunshine, spirituality, alternative love, divorce or breaking contract. Scrooge letting go to rush in with the truth. And coming together for an opportunity with a third party through work, perhaps. Outside in their sandals, like letting their toes breathe, to celebrate leaving work, or feeling an outsider and small like a child because the group is like celebrating without you, or you just don't identify with those people that you're with. Without too much to spend, but perhaps still throwing a small party for someone, and leaving work early today. The 3 of Pentacles reversed, third party, not getting along at work or losing money, with new information or clarity of the Queen of Cups reversed and the Magician upright. The Queen of Cups reversed, clear on the Magician's manifestation abilities or her own. Trust comes up here, and beneath that was romantic feelings. And trust is all about having faith. So there's no options here but a drunk night out perhaps, an offer of a new life, holding her, patient angel, drinking as usual, no date night, just sex in the chair, and then the King of Pentacles chasing her to put her clothes back on. The physical act, and this can be, parents chasing after their kids who are acting up as well. So physical activities comes up, and that's 67 of the Knight of Pentacles. And then beneath that is pride. And pride is number 19, which is the sun. All right, so being prideful, whether for good or for the negative. The Tower, sudden event or epiphany comes in here of a rejection or vulnerability of the secret being out or needing to use their intuition, with the King of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed. Now this is ongoing here. The Page of Cups and the King of Cups are upright on the masculine here. So stay tuned because there's a lot of parallels here. So last night, there's an issue between a father and a son, or a father and a child. But if it's referencing the masculine as the inner child, it's him and his father. So the 8 of Wands in an energetic exchange or in expressing feelings, the King of Cups reversed and the Empress reversed in a split or going through lying or need for clarity of the situation. All the sheep under control, ready to erase any bad ones who don't do what they're told. And I'm getting that from the Empress reversed. So the Empress reversed, it may be plotting to exterminate sheep one at a time, one by one. Sudden energetic exchange between the Page of Cups reversed and the higher self reversed, while the King of Cups reversed and the Empress are in a split. So there could be a breakup between the Empress and the King of Cups reversed, which can be somebody's parents. And that can be Divine Masculine as well with his partner. So the Divine Masculine's heart coming out of the Batcave in a split, leaving work to manifest big time, being the King of Pentacles, superhero, with the 67 of that physical activity that I told you about. And then recently is the 9 of Cups, happy and split, and being alone. The bodyguard, perhaps, to the Knight of Cups, offering love to move and start over in love, inspired by the wounded warrior who tells the whole truth, but maybe a little bit defensive of you. The wounded warrior may be moving, visiting, or ending a marriage, or just feeling unstable, as the King of Pentacles is speaking about, perhaps, or doing a speech about ascension, or talking to a movement. So it could be the Chariot. It's the Chariot card. So it could be a movement, but maybe talking about travel, moving, or the ascension process, or literally just talking to a Cancer, or announcing something. That was at 141, which is the Magician and the Ace of Cups, that new love, self-love, spiritual love. The foundation is the Luna, or the moon reversed, in a deception, or perhaps just up before dawn, juggling, performing, keeping their balls up in the air, standing their ground to sovereign, defending his position. The Emperor reversed out of control or out of ego, working to align and get their ducks in a row to hang out with sovereign. Perhaps hired a bodyguard to keep people away, and this could be someone at work who maybe took one of their employees and said, I want you to stay here and just, guard my door. I don't want to be bothered at all, so they can really focus on their work. Maybe there's too many distractions or people wanting their attention, and that can be women as well. The center energy is the Lovers reversed last night, hostage of the truth, and the King of Wands, or the King of Wands is the hostage of the truth. Twins or kids are getting over it, though. The challenge being guidance and or Hierophant, Taurus energy, with the Queen of Wands upright and the Devil upright together, whether that's two separate people or that's her. So she could be the devil or have codependencies or addictions, or she could be a Capricorn who also has fire in her chart. So that's coming up with that Taurus energy, a lot of Taurus there, and then there's a lot of Taurus in this read too. Completing cycle in uncomfortable energies, or the whole world is uncomfortable around the Queen of Wands. The Empress reversed, Aquarius in reunion, separation with the devil and getting over it for an invitation. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, free to leap and putting it out there for all to touch, coming together with female bull and or a Cancer. The Dark High Priestess reversed, without the keys, or a Pisces reversed, and the Queen of Wands, or the Pisces Queen of Wands times 2, or in 2 different timelines, in uncomfortable energies here. Free to perform or free to leap away from the Juggler, the Duo, and I'm getting the dynamic duo, the Aquarius upright and the Sagittarius upright, or the Star and the Angel. Now, in the current energies, which was last night around midnight, 1 o'clock, the Five of Cups reversed is the energy of just being over it, getting over that loss, that grief, that regret, any guilt and shame, or being stuck at the Y in the road, no longer stuck, and now going forward. The Knight of Pentacles offering help to the Chariot, ascension or public efforts, or a Cancer. Betrayal and pain, patient of the Knight of Cups reversed in a split. Taming the beast and being the patient angel. Sagittarius and Leo and Cancer and Virgo all come up here. Or they could be 2 separate people, a Sag Leo and a Cancer Virgo. No longer muzzled, suffering in silence, and the King of Swords reversed, and the Knight of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Wands upright are holding back their feelings in an energetic exchange. And now this Knight of Wands between them can be the energy between them. It doesn't have to be another person. It'd be literally the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Wands upright. One is playing the other, or holding back their desires, or with good intentions to go forward with something, but then they fall asleep or they run out of energy, right? So if they're 2 people, a couple sleeping together, it's one like falling asleep before they're able to have any sex, or just denying the other person. So there's some kind of play going on here between them. But holding back feelings in energetic exchange from the Page of Cups reversed and the King of Cups reversed, coming clean or getting clean about the past. And again, this is the father-son thing for the masculine. It's a very important theme here. And a long time ago, even like 2 years ago, when I was doing reads, it was coming up that from a movie that I was watching, that when the masculine forgives his father, then the feminine can forgive the masculine. There was a parallel there. So no longer quiet about inequity or depression or alcohol in a relationship and putting it out there about a reunion. The Hermit is missing their flame and unable to express his feelings, to Cancer, King of Cups reversed as Bulls split and no longer the apple of his father's eye, coming clean about the past. Being over any grief, loss, or regret, with Dark Priestess reversed, with a secret out, and the Queen of Wands and Page of Pentacles hurting each other, when Aries is actually free to leave the situation anytime they want, or the freak show I was getting. Soon as the Two of Wands reversed, feeling like there's no options, or someone chose a new path but they can't implement it right now, but no option but to offer money, time, and energy, or a new life to the King of Pentacles. A Capricorn and King of Wands recovering from uncomfortable trip around the world, or just closure to a cycle and or the sealed divine feminine out in the world. Perhaps someone paying the King of Pentacles to keep them quiet, or to spread rumors of debt, scam, and balance, or just not sharing and no affection, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed rushing in with the truth. The Queen of Cups reversed, Patient Angel or Sagittarius, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, Dream or Aquarius, offering lover or love to the Queen of Cups reversed, Sag, while the Nine of Cups is happy alone without affection, or the Divine Masculine offering love to the Queen of Cups reversed, while the Queen of Pentacles reversed is speaking her truth with no affection from out of balance or in debt Divine Masculine, who may be spying, lying, or just indulging in negative self-talk, and the King of Pentacles receiving a big offer of money, perhaps. And so the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles here too can reference the karmic and the divine feminine. It can represent any two women that's around the masculine. It could be sisters, it could be people at work, it could be children. So there could be lots of different energies there with the queens. But there's, again, a lot of play with the queens up against each other today in this read as well. So 218 is the High Priestess and the 18 of the Moon. And then 219 of the High Priestess and the Sun. So the psychic abilities of the feminine, the psychic abilities of the masculine. And then continuing on about those two, the King of Pentacles receiving a big offer of money or time and energy from the Queen of Wands, who could be a Pisces as well, or with a Pisces, and Devil Aquarius, Taurus reversed, or Capricorn Aquarius and Taurus reversed. Wanting a Taurus, a fire Taurus, Aquarius, or Pisces, or Cancer, Capricorn reunion. So there could be a bunch of people, but there's a lot of fire there, but no specific fire signs. Fire with Taurus, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Capricorn reunion, perhaps putting their money together to offer to the King of Pentacles to recover his losses or make up for wrongdoing, or keep their bread and butter under their control. At 222, which brings up the guidance counselors from room 222, he sees himself as the Ten of Swords reversed, getting over the worst, or the pain of deception of the Three of Cups group, or his own deception about coming together in the 5D with the Divine Feminine. No options and frustrated or unable to get aroused, or no growth in the situation. Honeymoon comes up, calling in your soulmate and soulmate, that yes, this is your soulmate. Deception of 5D, bliss, and unable to implement a new path at this time. Around him or how he is seen at 225, which is the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands, which has been reversed constantly this week and again today. Abundance, the Knight of Wands, by the way, was reversed in the early read and the read in front of you. Around the masculine or how he's seen is the Abundance card, or the Empress reversed. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. Loss, dysfunction, injustice of the Hermit shedding light. And the family of the Empress reversed, or Taurus reversed, and Libra reversed, and Virgo upright, or Taurus reversed, Libra reversed, and Virgo upright. So any which way you want to put those together, they could be 3 people, 2 people, or 1 person with all those signs. The Taurus reversed with financial loss and or dysfunction in their family, business, or community, or legacy. The Libra reversed in a losing battle, and the Virgo ending an emotional cycle of unhappiness. The block for the masculine in that first read was the Wheel of Fortune reversed. In a twist of fate that we're all going through, carrying the burden of letting go to repair and make amends, with the Messenger of Truth, Queen of Cups reversed, patient, and then a judgment of the devil marking their territory, giving it up, roped and tied in. So what was the numerology cards that did come up for the masculine here as really important were spirituality, love, partnership, and karmic completion. Spirituality, love, partnership, and karmic completion. The Knight of Pentacles proposes to disconnect in a slowdown, which we're all going through, and the end of pain to end the pain for good, offering help to disconnect from uncomfortable energies between Libra reversed and Aries upright, Aquarius, Sag, and Capricorn as well. Perhaps to the Emperor reversed, offering help to the Emperor reversed with no logical reason on either of their parts perhaps. The Emperor reversed could be out of control, but perhaps offering them help to let the secret out, or maybe get their dad's secret that they won't tell them about, to let the secret out about twins to find peace, with the karmic clinging to reap rewards and unable to see the Queen of Swords face to face, with the indigo proposal to suddenly go on the journey and lead the way. And the indigo is coming up very much as the masculine energy. The indigo is actually at the end of this read. It's the last card. So the Divine Masculine's heart opening to deception, or at Delta Dawn, the hours before the sun rises, in the bliss without the Empress reversed, right? Because that's some negative energy, whether it's just an ill person who's older or someone who's just in lack and negative. The Divine Masculine's heart opening to deception, or out at Delta Dawn, in bliss without the Empress reversed. Happy alone without any affection and challenged by the Hierophant reversed, or a divorce, or a break in contract. Without options in the downturn, and just over it, and proposing to the Emperor reversed a final judgment and disconnect with the Magician, and the Divine Masculine's heart being happy in this split, the deception of lovers challenged by divorce and getting over it, the ending of pain without options and lack of abundance and a twist of fate, proposing to the Emperor reversed, or ill health, to finalize a judgment and disconnect so that the Magician indigo can propose at 242, which is the High Priestess and the Two of Cups. All right, so that was the first read, and I'm going to pull an energy card for this read, and then I'll pull it again for the other read. So today is May 5th, 5/5, 2020, the exact reflection of each other. So for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear all negative energies from all auric layers, all chakra layers first and beyond, all multidimensional bodies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. All right, so what is our guidance from this first read? What was the purpose of the read? What is our main takeaway? And we got another 5. Attachment. Let go of attachments. Take the mask off. That's a very clear message. This is very black and white and gray. Take off the mask. And 5 is the Hierophant. Commit to yourself first. The other 2 cards that want to come up here are 33 and 34. Very interesting. The door to personal healing and happiness, and the door to romance. So that is your door to romance. Your personal healing and happiness. And you notice in this car, the windows are open, but the outside is outside, but the outside's inside as well. So bringing nature in everywhere to really beautify your home. And the door to romance, there's a lot of safety and security here with the reds. 33 is the Christ vibration, the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself without getting defensive. And 34 is the 8 of Wands, of that passionate exchange, the energetic exchange between twins, and the arrows of love. That's also just expressing your feelings. Okay. So those are the energies for the first read. The underlying energy here is 7, which is the Chariot and community. Okay, so this could be going out to the community and helping, or driving somewhere, taking a drive, or just wanting to be around more than one other person, right? A little bit of socializing. So that's the first read. The second read that's in front of you now. This was done this morning. The SIRIAN STARSEED deck was cut and dealt at 8:44 to 45. 8 is the Strength card, 44 is the 4 of Cups, 45 is the 5 of Cups, having to do with grounding and integrating and mastering the receiving of love, and the 45 of also mastering grief, that grieving process, and transmuting those grief energies into love, which is really the whole journey. It's about going from the dark night, digging down deep, and then alchemizing all of those sad, depressed, and angry energies into an expression of love, making lemons into lemonade. So we finished the SIRIAN Starseed deck, and all the other cards dealt at 908 to 909. So that's the Hermit and the Strength card, and then 2 nines, 2 Hermits. The major arcana in this read were the Hanging Man, Transition, Abundance. Transition is death. Abundance is the Empress. Guidance also came up, which is the Hierophant. The Great Wheel again. And Indigo again at the end here, which is the Magician. We had 2 Pentacles, 1 Sword, and 2 Wands. There were no cups in this read. And the court cards in the main part of the read were the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. The Page of Swords, or the Page of Wands, came up before the read, but that was it for the court cards. The Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Page of Wands before the read, which also can just reference inspiration, or perhaps someone asking someone a date or a child. So the numbers here were on the code line were all about patience, and 66 came up, so 2 sixes, which is also the Queen of Pentacles. The code line was all about the number 3, which is the Empress and Gaia, Mother Nature, and coming together in joy, socializing, siblings, expressing yourself authentically in joy. That's the 3. So that code line, all about the patience, and 3, having patience when you're around other people, not just one-on-one. And the message here was very cool, how it unfolded today. The other numbers that came up were 212, 66, I told you, is the Queen of Pentacles, 3 is the Empress, 35 is the Wounded Warrior, the 9 of Wands, 56 is the 2 of Swords, 23 is the King of Wands, 34 is the 8 of Wands, and 45 is that 5 of Cups. So the code line was all about patience, and some different acronyms came up, so I got a lot of definitions for the different acronyms, so it was so cool. You can never make this stuff up. It's amazing how they bring up these acronyms, and then all the different acronym definitions and how they play off each other in order to bring this message. So the FO and C were coming up, so FO and then SEI were coming up as opposed to just SEE. And then also AST, which is a lab test, but I also looked that up for definitions, which brought the whole message together. It was just beautiful. So initially with foe, you think foe or the enemy or somebody's being false or the fool or somebody's drunk or crazy, and seeing the workplace or co-creation and the liver test for human patience. So the foe, the way it develops, I'm going to tell you first, but then we end up with the foe or the God or the devil and God and how they co-create and the test of human patience between the shadow and the light. So the stuff that came up online were all about the overview of ALT and AST, which are liver enzymes, because AST was coming up in the code line today. And the difference between ALT and AST is that ALT indicates the problem in the liver and the AST indicates a problem within a lot of different organs, but the ratios play off of each other, and that's how they diagnose your liver. But the AST indicates tissue injury, not just in the liver, but liver, brain, pancreas, heart, kidneys, lungs, and skeletal muscles. Not specific to the liver, whereas the ALT is primarily the liver. And of course, the levels are based on BMI, but also based on different hospital ranges. But that was coming up because it's a test for alcohol and liver damage. But the liver's also coming up because we have the hangman with that right knee block, and right knee has to do with anger issues, which also manifest in the liver. And then, of course, alcohol, people drink because they can't manage their anger. They drink so they can let it go. So this manifests in liver disease. And it was referencing the ratios between them. So when the AST is very high over the ALT, the ratio is indicative of alcoholic liver disease, right? Because it's chronic, so there's issues all over the body, not just the liver. Whereas if the ALT is bigger than the AST, then it's considered non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So the other headings that came up, we had the crystals, Then He Kissed Me from 1963, and that was a YouTube, 12-17-13. And then a drug, Uloric, which is an FDA-prescribed info, side effects, and uses site from drugs.com. That was 2/119. It's the empirical formula for that is C16, H16. So you see a lot of tower energies here. And N203S. So there's that 3 again. And the 2, which has been coming up a lot too. So, but that has to do with uric acid and gout. And for people who can't take allopurinol, it reduces the production of uric acid. And then the next header was coming up was Dynasty. Lead cast member not returning for season 2 of the ... And that was from deadline.com. So that's funny because that's a really old show coming up. Dynasty and the lead cast member not returning for season 2. I don't know what year that was. The next header was SEI, which is from apps from dtic.mil. This is sort of from military website. 3 materials, .7, 3.1, general 73, it's 7, 3.2, metals resistant to nitric acid. And then it was 8, 3.3, non-metallic materials resistant to nitric acid. 3.4, heat-resistant materials. 11 was 4 injectors. 13, 4.1, guard. 13, 4.2 was jet propulsion lab. 14, 4.3 was Aerojets Engineering Corp. 15 was 4.4, Reaction Motors, Inc. 18 was 4.5, Naval Air Rocket Test Station. And 19 was 4.6, Y71W, and 71 is the 3 of Pentacles, which for me is the co-creation card. This was a report from 1950. So why it was coming up? It may be important for someone out there who knows military codes. So that was just from the header. I didn't even go into that one. The next header was see list of the top 10 methods for cleansing crystals to boost them. That was from healing-crystal-4-u.com. Quixotic by Moon also came up from YouTube. That was 10/29/13, and Quixotic is spelled Quixotic. And then another site came up, si-sz-crystals-s-z-crystals. That was from sacredsource.com.au. And The Wire came up, which was a TV series, 2002 to 2008. That was from imdb.com. And the last one was Core Curriculum for Surgical Technology, or AST, the Association of Surgical Techs, the 6th edition. AST.org, 11:51 was the time that it stated. 11 is Justice, 51 is the King of Swords. And so I ended this at 9:41, which is the Hermit and the Ace of Cups. So I went back to the code line to get all those definitions. And SEI was very interesting because SEI means the number 6, and FO, which I looked up, also means the number 4. So 4 came up first, and 6, which is 46, the children in the garden, was referencing the 4 being the devil and the 6 being the lovers. There's a lot of parallels between between God and the devil, between foe and C, or psi, however you want to pronounce your SEI. And then AST, what else does that mean? So AST also means like asked, because it's like a slang way of writing asked. It means spit, skewer, conifer branch, which is a vascular plant like a tree, but yet step and branch. That was it for AST. So it was really, I love that what came up as the definitions for AST, I totally got a new perspective on the definitions just from what they gave me. So literally the AST is that conifer branch or the vascular plant like a tree, right? And the vascular has to do with the veins or the arteries that are the lifeblood of the tree. And the support, you have a spit and a skewer, something that holds you while you spin or turn or have to do other things or take a rest or a break. So it was coming up as the foe is the madman. It also means water. And it's interesting because the devil end is the side that water is coming up on. It's like, making you drink the water. That's the devil energy. So the madman, water, Satan, action, and journey, or in other words, to do, to make, to create, are all definitions on the same side. On the other side of the God, which is the humble, the me, the student, The 6 of the lovers is to know, to be, and to see. So one is the action and one is the to being, right? The nothingness and the everythingness. But the 6th definition for the SEI was also coming up as the whale, the sea, the sacred, the epoch, and the student. And then the 3 of crystals, which is that co-creation or workplace. And then the AST, which my definition came up from the lifeblood of the tree as the grease or the lifeblood, the step, branch, or support that has been asked of you in order for you to pause or hesitate as we're going into all these retrogrades this month, and support that allows for rest and reflection so that you can become hungry, salivate, marinate, the juicy part, not for human consumption because salt water comes up. Whereas on the devil side, you have the water that you can drink. The salt water on the God side, it's too highly elevated for human consumption. Okay, so that was very cool how that came up. So on the devil side, we have to do, to make, to create, to travel, to eat, to drink the water. That's the devil side. The 4, the madman, the Satan, the water, the journey. Then that's the shadow side. Then on the light side, we have the 6, to know, to be, to see. The whale, humble, sacred God, the sea, the student, the salty water, which you are unable to drink. It's not good for human consumption. But it is the juicy part after that, after the co-creation, the work, the trinity, the bridge, the grease or lifeblood, the support of the spit of humans that supports, that allows for pause and reflection in order for you to become hungry or salivate, to marinate, the juicy part that keeps you going, the retrogrades in May. So the AST, remember I told you in the beginning, as a lab test, is in everything, not just the liver. So it's the damage we do in everything, not just one part. So do you pass the test? Are you up to snuff? The children, so we end up with the numbers 46 for the devil and God energy, and then the 3 of the tree energy, and then the 0 of the human embodiment of the human, which is unable to consume the salt water of God. So the children at play on Gaia as humans, that the liver holds anger in comparison to the other vital organs. So then we went back to the foe or God of the devil or God co-creating the test of the human patience, the overview of the tests. So again, it's God versus, or the devil versus God, and the 3 of crystals, which is the co-creation or the workplace in the test of human patience, the shadow versus the light. So this is your patience where it's not just about one-on-one at home, but when you go out into the community and you have the community. So that always indicates a third person. That's where the test comes in. So beware of this. So with this retrogrades, you're being given time to hesitate, to make sure you come back to the moment, to come back to self, to come back to your intuition before getting triggered, before responding, before making a decision. Allowing yourself to resonate first, marinate within your own juices before you come to a decision. So that was really cool. And so the 3 parts are the 46 of the 6 of cups, the children in the garden, the 3 of Gaia, the earth that nourishes us and feeds us, and then the 0 of the source energy in the human body. Really cool message today. So at 10:22, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the 22 of the Fool, with the open heart and taking a leap of faith, we start in this read with the 6 of Pentacles here, reversed, the big card, and beneath that is the 4 of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Wands upright. So again, we have the 4 of Pentacles reversed, which is the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave opening up. And we again end on the indigo. So those are very parallel in both reads. Imbalance, not sharing, debt, scam, inequity. After the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave is opening up and becomes inspired. Those juices get going. Time to allow the juices to flow, to become inspired. Juggling, acting, performing, keeping the balls up in the air, inspired by the wounded warrior, the one who won't give up. The full moon, the night, the shadowy cover-up, the powerlessness, the dependence of the Page of Wands on the Emperor wounded warrior. So at 10:31, we have, that's the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Wands, the expansion energy, conflict, fights, battles, but games as well. And then 10:33, which is the 33 of the Seven of Wands, standing up for oneself without being defensive. So the co-creation with the dependent, the ones that are powerless, like children, but also others who may be dependent right now, the co-creation with dependent Queen of Pentacles, hanging out with the Knight of Wands reversed, there's that Knight of Wands reversed, that player energy, and the Page of Wands upright. So there could be two children where one's, up to no good, right, going out trying to sneak out with their boyfriend, and the other one is the Page of Wands who's really inspired. Or that can just represent the energies of the two adults in the situation. But it's coming up with the co-creation of powerless, dependent Queen of Pentacles hanging out with the Knight of Wands reversed and the Page of Wands upright. So it could be a mother and kids. Not sharing, though, being difficult kids and or inequity of a negative past and grieving the loss, regret, guilt, and shame, stuck at the why me in the road and not letting go of the past. Powerless Queen of Pentacles and two difficult kids feeling like the blockhead that fell far from the tree. As the masculine, no grease, no juice, hunger, or ambition. Maybe they had no aspirations, drive, like unleaded gas. Just a lead foot dragging him along. No time shared, no bridged water, only the moment to grieve the loss of not seizing the moment. Good at regret, and notice how many re's there are in this read. Good at regret and feeling sorry for self when the heat is on and the ball's rolling, tripping up underfoot. Hanging the flower plants amongst the pink and green, his side and their side. There's no in between. Always left out of the party or the equation. You don't share with them and they don't share with you. Separate lives, upstairs, downstairs, inequity in relations. The Ten of Cups, rainbow bridge, out to be seen. And the Lovers reversed, without affection or in a breakup, implementing a plan. Is the Queen of Swords reversed, implementing a plan with the Queen of Swords reversed with the silent treatment, or she's complaining about no sex life, or her plan to withhold in order to get her way. Religious factors, and that can be a child as well. Religious factors, and beneath that was you deserve love. There's a new love out, but there's a silver cup there, which indicates a second place win with a cherry on top. So someone trying to mask that they're second place choice with a cherry on top. But who wants to be second? Who wants to be somebody's second choice? Because the karmic refused to wake up, refusing to cut the tie around her little pinky, right, wrapped around their finger, and unhappy, dissatisfied, and not getting their wish, the Queen of Swords reversed is not mirroring with him. And the Queen of Wands is dressing and undressing for him, displaying new purchases or boots, push-up bras or corsets, rose-colored glasses are on the stump, so they're no longer on. And this can be children as well. So someone female was tiptoeing out at night by green material, pincushion, bell, and candle still lit, could have burned down the house and didn't give a shit. No more of that going on, and no longer allowed out without running it by him first. So definitely can be a partner, or it can be kids who are acting up. And the Queen of Swords reversed, no more leaving fruit and desserts out, the fan on and lights on, or a lantern. So women or girls around the Divine Masculine wasting money and now he's being more strict with them at 11:01, which is Justice and the Magician. So the Divine Masculines who were pushover before and always easily guilted into anything the girls wanted is now standing up for themselves. All right, so 11:02 is Justice and the High Priestess, and the train horn was blowing at that time. New beginnings, number 1, and beneath that was healing, and number 66 is the Queen of Pentacles. So we have hanging out, trapped, or hung out to dry, the community chest, the family, business, legacy, or community that's abundant but not sharing with the King of Pentacles reversed, who may be without peace of mind or any peaceful place to go or be, stuck with no movement, stubborn, lazy kids, or the King of Pentacles is the one stubborn and lazy or disabled on strike, refusing to move or work until the kids or twins get it right, and passionately share and exchange feelings, communication, and or travel. They can take care of him for a change. The flock is supporting the kids or twins while the Knight of Pentacles is unable to move, work, or help. Or he's just on strike right now. A wealth of family or community to help take care of or pay for kids' care and pets. Water the flowers, but be careful of the quote-unquote watchers. The bunny with the 2 ladybugs and the cat. I'm just getting the cat in the hat. So the cat and the kids. Perhaps a tool of remote viewing or literally a spy cam on the cat or cat's collar. Or someone is not doing their job watching the kids or watching the workers properly, requiring constant communications from the Divine Masculine, or he has to keep checking in when that totally defeats the purpose of them doing the work for him. Or kids not caring for the animals or plants properly, and that was at 11:15, which is Justice and the Devil. Okay? So leaving it in the hands of either kids who may not do what they're telling you they're going to do, or employees who are goofing off and not doing what they're supposed to do, or not keeping a proper eye on the other workers that they're supposed to be managing. Or literally somebody could have a spy cam up, and this could be at work too, making sure your employees are doing what they're supposed to do. So lots of fast-paced communication or travel, an imbalanced relationship, grieving loss, regret, and the Queen of Swords reversed, perhaps saying, I told you so, or bitching at him, or lying to him, or giving him the silent treatment, while the Queen of Wands plays dress-up with scorned Queen of Swords reversed. She's not getting her way. And these could be 2 sisters as well. Queen of Swords reversed, not getting her way in a new beginning. So it's like, the father's giving one sister better attention than the other, or the other sister's just being miserable, so who wants to be around that energy? So the other sister's getting more attention from the father. That could be a situation. The Divine Masculine pushing people out of bed to get up in the morning, or just people who won't wake up in the ascension process, he's now pushing them out of his bed. Wake up and smell the coffee. The Queen of Swords reversed is not getting her wish, and the Queen of Wands is shopping and flashing as usual, or someone got second place in a sports or other competition and is being a spoiled sport about losing, not winning. The recent past is the Hangman with the right knee block, anger and frustration, and the King of Swords immovable, as the Page of Pentacles reversed feels guilty, or a child in need of help, money, or opportunity is sad, or they're just trying to guilt their parent, and the King of Swords won't budge an inch, no matter how guilty they try to play him. The world is complete, or the world is out and about in the neighborhood, being strong, or the sealed Divine Feminine and or the world is rising up and being strong, tempering the beast. The foundation is the Queen of Wands, as the Knight of Wands is reversed. Player, again, between the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles reversed, she in uncomfortable energies, and he with no patience left. Sagittarius reversed and Capricorn upright here. Also Aries upright, Cancer upright, and Gemini reversed in the underlying energy. The central energy is the Five of Wands reversed, the losing battle, the fight is over, or lost a competition at 11:31, which is Justice and the Five of Wands. Again, that's that competition, fight, and game energy. The Queen of Cups reversed and Magician, that can be 1 or 2 people. If it's Magician, it could be a Virgo or Gemini, could be an Aries too. But the Queen of Cups reversed and the Magician upright, depressed and withholding at 11:32, which is then the Six of Wands. Good news coming in, success, or just someone getting attention, right? 32 can be someone, feeling bliss because they're getting a lot of attention. The justice of it. So with the Queen of Cups reversed and Magician upright, depressed and withholding, or Magician, Gemini, or Virgo manifesting big amidst sour Queen of Cups reversed and Aquarius reversed, playing hardball, or just holding back money, time, and effort, or a new life, or flipping a coin to see who has to do what. The challenge being the Three of Pentacles upright, the workplace, co-creation, with the Queen of Wands withholding her affections at 11:36, and I got a big chill. So the Queen of Wands is definitely withholding affections because it was the big chill. 11:36 is Justice, and the 36 is the Ten of Wands, carrying the weight of the world, that Atlas energy. Queen of Wands withholding affection, and the Seven of Pentacles reversed is implementing a plan. With the Page of Swords, which can be just a communication or news message, spreading the word, but it also could be an heir child. So that could be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius child. But the Page of Swords, implementing a plan with them to end to the death, dark night, or until last rites, right? The death do us part. The Queen of Wands is the High Priestess reversed or Viking Princess reversed with no intuition or needing to use her intuition, or her secret is out of not getting her wish, and the King of Wands reversed, implementing a plan to strike, no work, no affection, as the Knight of Pentacles reversed, recovered without an olive branch, so can she. It's like him giving her that energy. Sending a message of a split, divide, end, finality, a release, last rites. The masculine saying to the Queen of Wands is the King of Wands saying to the Queen of Wands, the show is over, say goodbye. The Knight of Cups offers love to the Bull exiting left or Cancer, and the King of Wands reversed refusing affection to those drinking or wallowing in depression, needing to recover without his help. The inequity that he was left out in the cold with the Divine Feminine too, and no one helped him or her. Not patient, fallen angel, the Magician manifests his freedom from the Queen of Wands, her bad temper and secrets released. Now, in his present moment, is the King of Swords in his truth, seeing synchronicities and an opportunity with draining, tired, or sick kids, and or a Leo or ego reversed, out of control, with no options and powerless to injustice, or a Libra reversed with loss of independence, but in this energetic exchange and arrows of love. The Hierophant or Taurus and Leo reversed, both without options post-war, either dealing with PTSD or a need to apologize, committing to end the war, the internal battle, the fantasy family, business, legacy, or community that actually doesn't exist, or lost in deliberating, holding back an announcement, not heeding the call to action, or an Aquarius reversed. With a Cancer upright and Virgo reversed, or in a bold move, to over-isolate, keep their distance, or come out at a distance, and the Knight of Cups offering love to the Fool who's free to leap, and the Hermits ready to light their flame and recover together with the King of Cups blessing from a negative group or third-party camp, rising above frustration and creative blocks, an inability to arouse or conceive of the 5D world, and a negative past or childhood with impatience and no options, the Emperor forced to manifest freedom from the O, or the human act, the human embodiment of Source. The performance, juggling two in front of the world, or the street vendor. Modernizing the Stone Age family, Fred and Wilma, in work shoes, trying to keep their balls up in the air without moving to the big city at 12:01, which is the Hangman and the Magician. So soon is the transition portal at 12:02, the Hangman and the High Priestess, the feminine energy. Transition portal to end a negative childhood or past, or a tough time with the kids, dissatisfaction, and or the past returning, and no peace of mind or no peaceful place to go, to keep their heart pure and their energy pure, keeping them to themselves, protecting their heart and pretending not to know, carrying the weight of the world and imbalances in order to let go and repair, fix, mend, or make amends, or mend fences, and recover with the Divine Feminine in detox of the shadow work and looking back and or living in the past. The King of Swords with the Queen of Cups reversed, he's upright, she's not. Depressed bird in transiting out, or the King of Swords with female Aquarius manipulator, or someone who has no emotions whatsoever. The masculine seeing himself as the abundance or Empress upright, who flipped out on him and landed face down. Empress starting over in love, under the radar, with a message of love or the Page of Cups, which can be a child, with a water sign, usually Pisces. The King of Cups running away from a mother and child. I'm losing my voice now. So the King of Cups is on the masculine, running away from the mother and child, perhaps an unwanted pregnancy, or landed him by getting pregnant in the first place. The King of Cups taking what he needs from home and or marriage while under the radar hanging out and feeling a failure or the Empress is. Now again, this could be father and child. So the King of Cups could be the masculine's father, so then that would make the Page of Cups him. But they're all on the Empress, which can be his mother, and his mother and father may not be getting along or may be divorced, right? So, or leaving behind, the masculine leaving behind, or the King of Cups leaving behind the good life of the Empress, or the King of Cups has been stealing for or from the Empress, or left her high and dry. The masculine has pay attention to the red flags. Like all the negative cards came up for the masculine. Like if you don't do this for yourself, we just had the North Node shift, which is indicating you've had plenty of time to make your own decisions. And if you don't, you are going to get your butt kicked because it's going to come in the next few months. So pay attention to the red flags, retreat, let go of control issues, heart-to-heart conversations, unrequited love, and separation all came up for the masculine. Perhaps Taurus or Empress is pregnant and there's a question of the paternity, but the King of Cups is not willing to take responsibility or says it's not his and skedaddles out of there. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he is seen, is the guidance card upright, or a Taurus, or religion, establishment, community of the Empress. Justice, or Taurus and Libra not working, betrayal, painful ending, or back pain held over the Empress's head. The Queen of Pentacles is over justice, divorce, or Libra, and holding their tongue, or holding back an announcement about what's not working, or overworking, or the Taurus is living with their parents and that's not working out. Perhaps kids did something unforgivable and the father's not talking, or family that looks all perfect in the community may have begun by getting trapped into pregnancy, and so the foundation was a lie. Or mother trying to bridge the gap between son and grandchild, but the mother's marriage is not working. So like she could be feeling like, who am I to say? And then the Queen of Pentacles, who could be a fair judge or could be a Libra, holding back an announcement until things are better. The block for the masculine has to do with destiny, that he doesn't believe in destiny perhaps. But that is his block right now, that the wheel could turn in his favor. Healing and forgiving, defenseless to energies and attacks of the past, while recovering and detox of or in the past. Patience comes up, but even more so for the masculine here is self-discipline. Of the Page of Wands is ending pain or painful end, back pain and or related treatments, and or dealing with betrayal, and that's at 1229, which is the Hangman and the Three of Wands. Remember that betrayal, the final nail in the coffin, right? Judas's betrayal of Jesus. This is the Jesus and Mary Magdalene template. Betrayal, the final nail in the coffin, the one toughest to come back from. The whole spine, so it's relating to betrayal as related to the spine pain. The whole spine, pain right down the line, trying to unravel the pain of the past in energy loops of shadow work and clearings and purging. The Indigo Magician proposes diamond light. The secret's out with the Queen of Wands, Pisces and Sagittarius, or Gemini and Scorpio, and the Page of Swords spreading the word, whether the impatient Queen of Wands likes it or not, putting messages into some works, some creative works perhaps, about inequities of freedom, faith, and depression and magic, alchemizing depression into love. The Emperor and Indigo Child, or Aries and Gemini or Virgo, and or Sagittarius reversed, work out their wounds to find peace between father and son, perhaps the sisters involved too. No options, but the Emperor and Indigo unable to conceive of ending an ongoing battle or losing a fight to the death, but now death or dark night may be upon them, or is just being taken out of the equation as a means to an end to suffering and silence. It's not the only way to find peace. Indigo proposing peace without an option, unable to implement a new path at the moment. The Two of Cups, that loving bond in an energetic exchange destined to a new beginning. The Six of Pentacles reversed, unbalanced Queen of Swords, and that can be debt, a scam, not sharing any of that energy, but the unbalanced Queen of Wands of abundance or Empress and guidance or Hierophant, Taurus and Taurus or pillars of the community, hanging out after the battle, challenged by workplace and co-creation, death, or transition portal, destined for the King of Swords Indigo to find peace without option. The Divine Masculine's heart opens and is inspired, hanging out in energetic exchange as the Queen of Wands in a losing battle and challenged by the workplace with the King of Swords. Abundance, Empress, Taurus, and death, end or transition, and guidance or Hierophant or Taurus, destined to be the Indigo, proposing peace and no options. Path predetermined, the twin flames, Two of Cups, energetic exchange that is destined. And that ended at 12-4-6. So 12 is the hangman or hung out to dry, and then the 4 is the devil, and the 6 is the lovers, and the 46 of the two children in the garden as they start to cough. So we start out in the read with the 6 of Pentacles reversed, the imbalance, to the 5 of Wands reversed, which is the losing battle or ending the battle. And then we end up going through death and transition and the Indigo proposal. And then we also have these cards up here, which wanted to be seen. We have this is the Knight of Cups. The Page of, is the Knight of Cups? It might be the Knight of Pentacles, actually. Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and then the Emperor. So with those 5 cards, offering help and a message of love, or it's 2 kids working to get the King of Cups and the Emperor together. So these are obviously 2 people who have a wound between them who need to work it out, and the kids are now helping to clear that wound by coming together. So it could be 1 or 2 kids, or it could be, 1 or 2 adults. You could be getting together with your father and the kids, however many there are. But it's literally like the kids working to help them clear their wounds and any disagreements that are going on in the family. Sorry about that. All right, so that's that read. So I'm going to give you another energy card. So let's see what comes up this time. All right, so that was definitely coming up too, just in conversations yesterday about the need to come together with a parent in order to get them to admit to any secrets or things they've been hiding and really come clean within the family. So whether it's between one child and one parent, or multiple children and a parent, or getting 2 adults to get along and the children doing that, facilitating that. So that's really good. Just getting all the family secrets out on the table, not having anything hidden, which then can make for an environment of love. All right, so what do we need to know from this read? Take a deep breath, you guys. 32, which is the journey, that's the 6 of Wands, and we have Door to Spirit. This is all about that purification process, which we were just talking about. If we get all the secrets out in the open, then how can we not love? There's no secrets to hide. We can love everybody, okay? That doesn't mean you want to be with everybody. Not everyone's personalities mesh with each other. But if there are no secrets, then you're never afraid, because you're never afraid to expose anything about yourself. And that's the whole point of this, to just be transparent, to be authentically you, and allow your imperfect human self to shine. This is about purifying any negative energies around you and opening that door to spirit. Okay, so that's the journey. The journey is a purification process and opening the door to spirit, opening everyone's third eye, getting them connected with higher self. You also have here the number 4, which is that Emperor energy, also that devil energy that came up in the read of the happy family. Is that really so? Because this can come up as the sham fam. The 10 of Cups can also be the family that looks pretty on the outside, but that's not the truth. So this is coming up as the Emperor, which was coming up as the devil today in this read. So this is that false image. And let's see what else might be coming up. We have the 30 coming up, the garden and the gate. 30 is that union energy, but also the home, and not to be afraid of going outside your front door, which everyone is, there's a lot of people who are afraid to leave their house right now. And you see the butterflies trying to get her to go out, and this can just be someone who's always been shy. Saying to that little girl, even if it's an adult feeling like a little girl now, to shine your light. Don't let anyone dim your shine, right? You don't have to be afraid of the butterflies. They just want to show you around. Don't be afraid to walk out of your gate. You never know what's out there unless you try. There's nothing to fear but fear itself, right? It's interesting too. I'm getting the bird feeder up here, and I'm getting the butterflies eating from the bird feeder. So it's like the people who don't normally take care of your kids, like the babysitters that were coming up in the read, that's paralleling this here. So these two people may not really be taking care of your child properly, right? They're just two butterflies, and they want to go do something else. It's like, your friends, you have to stay home. You weren't allowed to leave, but your friends are going. They're saying, come on, come with us. So be careful who you're leaving your kids with. And then these two, actually 3 more cards want to come out, but I'm going to show you the bottom card first. So the underlying energy is the broken heart. So when there's a divide within family, father and son, father and daughter, whatever it is, mother and son, mother and daughter, between lovers, between kids, the broken heart is the 9, that's the hermit. When you're isolating and disconnected, that's when you're broken. And we have the journey and the bridge below that. So right below that heart is the journey of the broken heart, the dark night of the soul. This is the 2 of the high priestess, the 9 of the hermit, so referencing the feminine and the masculine energy. And the feminine leading the way across the bridge to heal the masculine's heart. So it's the masculine within both of them, because it's saying the masculine's heart is the one that's broken, but the masculine's heart within the feminine as well. Very interesting there. The other 3 cards that want to come up, and this is perpetual all week, the 2nd chakra, Archangel Ariel, so the sacral chakra, sexuality, and your creative abilities to really expand those, your authentic self. 36 is the Atlas energy, the weight of the world upon your shoulders, and ending the burdens. And the 22 of the Fool, taking the leap of faith with an open heart by staying in balance, the yin-yang energy, the blue and the gold, right? The throat chakra and the solar plexus of confidence. So speaking your truth with confidence. And then we have the 16, which came up in the codes online, and that's the Tower energy of epiphanies and sudden events and drama that you have all the time in the world. There's no reason to become impatient. And the Statue of Liberty with justice for all. There is time and justice and liberty for all. Don't lose your head, right, when you're being tested as we come up this week, okay? So that's the Tower. You're going to be tested. You have all the time in the world. Don't feel impatient like you're in a rush, because then you can remember to come back to self and not get triggered by the situation. And see the wings on this side and the wings on this side, and the balance between on Earth. This is like the Earth. And the dark side and the light side of the moon. So this is representing the dark side and the light side of the Earth, of the human condition, of the purity and the impurity of the human condition. Okay? That was a really good message. Okay, where are we? We're at 107. I can pull you another card. So let's go to my Crystal Angels deck, which I've really been liking recently. So for everybody from the Crystal Angels deck, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What is our advice? What is our advice for this new North Node in Gemini? Well, that came right out. And it's yellow and green. Do these want to come out? There's some more want to come out too. The underlying energy is Moonstone, heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it's trustworthy. Okay, so it's saying when you're out there and getting triggered, don't forget to go back within. So the first 2 cards that came out are these 2. Calcite came out, busy times and multitasking. And this has been coming up a lot too. Take charge of your schedule during the busy time, but honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. Is this really necessary? Or are you just trying to look busy so that no one will call you lazy? And there's a lot of different reasons, but that's one of them. Multivite. Unconventionality. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life's purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. So again, be authentic and slow down. You have all the time in the world, and you notice this is the yellow and the green, which is the solar plexus and the heart. And that's a really big center right there, because that's like the entry point, and also the cord between the twins from the front, and the entry point of the higher energies coming in through the back. This is a big I want to say a hub for the human body. Okay, so be yourself and slow down. Like, take care of what you need to take care of, but don't there's no reason to stress out. These three wanted to be seen as well: tiger's eye, sapphire, and smoky quartz. So this may be for a separate group, or that maybe both groups are for you. Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. All right, so obviously people who don't believe in God, this may not resonate with. But for those who do, this is perfect for you. And then we have sapphire, easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. So again, take your time, slow down, it's fine. That's sapphire. Smoky quartz, clearing negativity, release negativity from within or around you. So of course for twins, you guys all know, it's always an ongoing constant. We're kind of like walking transmitters, right? So always be with that positive intent and intending that beautiful light around you. God, please armor us all with your love, right? Mother, Father, Christos, Sophia, Source, love, however you want to look at the same energy. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is your intention of love. This isn't about religion. It's about unity consciousness. So make sure you do what you need to do for you, and take your time. Don't stress out, because that's only going to help you with negative health, help you with negative frame of mind, right? There's nothing good about stress. Everything will get taken care of as it's supposed to. And remember this too when you're caught up. And believe me, I know I was a single mom for most of my life, running around with no time during the day to get anything done. That when it comes right down to it, even the people who own billion-dollar companies and take care of many, many people, who everyone always says, I don't know what we would do without you. When they die, they find a way to make do. So just remember that. There's no reason to stress your whole life. There is a reason to love yourself first and enjoy yourself, be happy, find your authenticity. So I have to show you the cards, and then I'm going to let you go. All right, the underlying energies here, the Six of Crystals reversed. Recent past was that Hangman. Hangman was upright. The Queen of Wands there, or Queen of Sage of Flames, all right? The Foundation, the central energy, the Five of Wands reversed or flames. The challenge being the Three of Crystals or Three of Pentacles upright. The other underlying energies, crowning the moment, the King of Swords or King of Orbs, scrolling across the 40 bridge to transition, the Death card, which is upright. So that says transition portal. You can literally see the feminine energy transitioning out of her body. The masculine seeing himself as the Abundance card, upright today. Around him, or how he is seen, is guidance, also upright today. A lot of Taurus energy. And then the blocks that we have to, or the masculine has to clear, has to do with the Great Wheel, the Wheel of Fortune, upright. Like, not such a bad block. Believe in yourself that you have great fortune and abundance. We end up there on the Indigo card, upright. Then you see the Patience of the orange, lots of orange today coming up. The sacral chakra, which Ariel came up again, self-discipline. And then we end up with the Six of Swords, upright, peace. And then the Two of Wands is reversed, but it's just because they can't implement the plan right now. We end up on the Wheel of Fortune with the Two of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Beautiful energy there. Okay. So make sure you drink your water, get your rest, and rise and be loved, guys. Bye.